Okay, so for the quiz today, the question is, which one of these is a difference of two perfect squares? For a difference of two perfect squares, we're giving multiple choices here. All of them have a negative sign, except this one. This one has a plus sign. So that means that one we can cross out. So then the choices become these three. This one also has a plus sign, okay? So the ones with the plus sign go away and you're left between two choices, between x squared minus 18 and 9x squared minus 100. Any questions on that part? And now, Dwight, since you've decided to take a nap, can you tell us which of these two is a perfect square? I can't hear you. Exactly. So then that one should have been the answer. I think people got confused here because of the plus sign. You see how 6 people chose this answer? Remember, difference means that it is a subtraction of two terms, okay? Questions? All right, this one. It says a rectangle has an area of 2x squared minus 19x plus 45. Please, what you can be doing is writing this down, but talking or doing nothing is not an option, okay, guys? It says, what are the dimensions of the rectangle? Literally, it's saying factor me. Are we clear? And so we notice that this is a trinomial. The GCF between the leading coefficients and the constant should be a 1. So that means we don't have to factor it out. If you don't know this, you can check it off and you can check it out in Desmos. The next thing is to notice is that this is a 2, which means you'll have to multiply by 2. That's why we draw this arc. So, Jalea, if you have your calculator with you, can you tell me what is 2 times 45? Okay, Kaialadu? 90. Correct. Now, what is the middle number? Negative 19. So that means that the product needs to be 90. The sum needs to be negative 19. Dwight, louder. Negative 10. Okay, correct. Negative 10, negative 9. Because when we multiply them, we get positive 90. When we sum them, we get negative 19. But because we multiply by 2, we need to divide these numbers by 2. This is not going to reduce, but this one will. This one reduces to negative 5. Clear? And so the two factors are going to be x minus 5, and the other one is going to be x minus 9 over 2. And so you need to know how to rewrite this x minus 9 over 2. This one becomes 2x minus 9. And so that tells you which one is the answer. 2x minus 9, x minus 5. So that would be this choice right here. All right, this one says a rectangle has this area of 4x squared plus 19x plus 12. And one of the lengths is x plus 4. They want to know the width. Basically, what this is saying in Algebra 1 language is factor me. Clear? So now, can we agree that there is no GCF in this product, in this expression? Okay, so now Jeremiah, because our A equals 4, we need to multiply it. What is 4 times 12? Louder. 3? All right, and the middle number, Jalea, is 19. So you need to look for two numbers that multiply to 48 and add up to. So what are they? What is it? 3 and 16? Does everybody agree? All right, but because we multiply by 4, what do we also need to do? All right, 3 over 4 is not going to reduce. So that's just going to stay as x plus 3 over 4. But 16 over 4 is going to reduce and it's going to become 4. So then this will be x plus 4. So this is the x plus 4 that they mentioned. And the other one is 4x plus 3. And so that would be this one right here, 4x plus 3. Okay, Dwight. All right, so this one, what are the factors of 25x squared minus 81? So this one should be screaming, I'm a difference of two perfect squares. Correct? So it should be screaming, I'm a difference of two perfect squares, and it's going to factor into 5x plus 9, 5x minus 9. Any questions why? Louder. Everybody's was scrambled. Lost count of the numbers, so that's why I'm not going to do them. What is the first step when factoring polynomials? Finding the GCF. Clear? First step in factoring is always finding the GCF. I want us to factor this one. Just by the answer choices, this tells you that this is GCF factoring. Are we clear? And so you start looking at how many variables they have in common. Please stop with the snacking because your noise is louder than me talking right now, okay? Now you're looking at the coefficients. That's a 4, that's a 4, and that's a 16. Okay, what's the greatest common factor? All right. Then you're going to look at the exponents on your variables. They're all b's. This is a 5, that's a 3, and that's a 2. What's the smallest exponent? So then 4b squared is the GCF. In looking at all the answer choices, only one of them has a 4b squared as a GCF. So there really is no point in doing the rest, okay? This one, it says to factor. It has k squared minus k minus 20. So there is no GCF because this is a 1. Once 1 is involved, the GCF is 1. Okay? All right, so when I look at this problem, I see trinomial. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 20, add up to negative 1. So that's 5 and 4, negative 5 and 4. And since obviously this is a 1, we multiply by 1, we divide by 1, nothing happens. That's why we don't worry about this when a equals 1. And so the answers are going to be, k. K minus 5, k plus 4. This one, factoring completely, it says 8x cubed minus 18x. What's the first thing we do when factoring polynomials? We look for the GCF. And so I'm looking at the coefficients. I see an 8 and I see an negative 18. I guess 2 is the only one. And then between the x's, this has an exponent of 3 and this one has an exponent of 1. So that means I can take out an x. There's two of them with 2x, so we got to keep going. All right, factoring is basically undoing multiplication. Undoing multiplication is basically division. And so 8 divided by 2 is going to give 4. And remember I told you, for division, you subtract the exponent. So exponent 3 minus exponent 1 is going to give you exponent 2. 18 divided by 2 will be the 9. And once again, exponent 1 minus exponent 1 means exponent 0. Exponent 0 just means 1. And then this is a difference of two perfect squares. This one is 2x times 2x, and this one is 3 times 3. So this becomes 2x, 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. All right, it says to factor completely. 3x squared plus 5x minus 12. Once again, there is no GCF between 3, 5, and negative 12 besides 1, but that's a 3, which means you're going to have to multiply by 3 and divide by 3. Okay, please don't put your heads down. All right, so then we got to multiply by negative 12, so negative 36. And then the bottom number is going to be 5. Obviously, since we multiply by 3, we'll have to eventually divide by 3. So what are the numbers? Louder? Negative 4 and positive 9. Now, this doesn't reduce. You can check in the calculator. But this one does reduce to a positive 3. So it's going to factor into x minus 4 over 3, x plus 3. And this one is rewritten as 3x minus 4 with the x plus 3. Any questions? All right, this one says solve, and it's already factored for you. So all you have to do is set each of them equal to 0. And that means this one's going to be negative 2, and this one's going to be positive 3. Which equation matches these solutions? Well, you might notice that when it's a plus sign, we have to subtract, and the answer ends up being negative. When it's a negative sign, we have to add, and the answer ends up being positive. So if the answer is positive 5, that means it came from x minus 5. And the other one, because the answer is negative 7, that means it came from x plus 7. Any questions on this one? Find the zeros of the quadratic. It's already factored for you. So all you have to do is set each of them equal to 0. This one is easy because it's plus 3, so that means b will end up being negative 3. This one, you just follow the order of operations for solving. Select the best answer. Which set contains the zeros of the function? The function being 9x squared minus 16. Well, this one is screaming dots, difference of two perfect squares. All right, this one is 3x times 3x, and this one is 4 times 4. So this is 3x plus 4, 3x minus 4. And they want the 0, so that means each of these has to be set equal to 0. And do you mind explaining, since you're busy starting a new conversation? What's the next step, hon? We're gonna subtract 4 on both sides. Can you tell me what you think is the next step now? We're gonna divide by 3 on both sides. Can you tell me what is the first step here? Beautiful, add 4 to both sides. And what is the next step after that? There we go, divide by 3 on both sides. And so these would be the zeros of this function.